712 hellos to you, my lovely listeners, and may I offer a beautiful autumnal welcome to you all. Well, I'm going to anyway, whether you like it or not. The orange leaves fall from the trees and set the ground aglow. There we are, wasn't that lovely? Or pointless, you decide. Right, a reasonably short show today, as we've only had a few questions in, so like a rampant, recently released prisoner, let's get on with it at once, madam. Chantal writes in, hello Chantal, saying, referring to the previous episode this is, that was excellent and made me smile, which requires special equipment just now. Oh, and Mrs. Suspicious Coffee Mornings came by to borrow the sock laminator and asks why the rest is history, as it would be much better if it was something else. Ducks, maybe. Well, first of all, thank you very much, Chantal. Anything we can do to make people smile. After all, that's why we're here, isn't it? I'm here to disembowel people. Shut up, Whistler. Second of all, yes, well, it's a very good question, isn't it? The rest is history. Well, why is it? Why isn't it, and the rest is home economics, for example? Well, I must confess I don't know the answer to this. I must also confess that I ate an entire packet of Cocoa Pops last night. Other diabetes-inducing cereals are available, but that's irrelevant. So I think we'll get in our special history expert, Professor Dubious Accent. Welcome, Professor, and how the devil are you? Thank you very much, Ben. I am very good, thank you, feeling full of the joys of the autumn, you know. Yes, jolly good. And I must say that it is an absolute pleasure to be here, and I must agree with you, the autumn colours are so beautiful, really beautiful. I am amazed by their beautifulness. Yes, jolly good. So why is it that we say and the rest is history, Professor, as opposed to say and the rest is industrial strength lubricant? Yes, well, in order to answer this most excellent question, we must now travel back to the plains of West Africa in 1539. Oh, I didn't think they had plains in 1539. Oh, you are indeed most amusing. It was during the Songhai Empire that a group of unbearables, or actors as we call them now, was assembled and tasked with the job of entertaining the king or daya. Each member of this group would act out one part of the story, you see, with a narrator linking each part. So, when telling the story of a merchant, for example, the narrator would say, "The breakfast is his story," and one unbearable would act out the merchant eating his breakfast. Then the narrator would say, "The setting up of the stall is his story," and another unbearable would act out that one, and so on, you see. This would normally end with the merchant going to sleep at night, the narrator introducing this by saying, "And the rest is his story," and an unbearable simply lies down and feigns going to sleep. This was always the least interesting part of the play, and so was often glossed over very quickly. And the rest is his story, you see, like that, and that gradually became "and the rest is history," before quickly moving on to something else. Unless, of course, they were killed by the unsatisfied and rather cruel king, which happened quite a lot, to complain. So there we have it, you see. And soon after this, by the way, the Songhai Empire was replaced by the Songlo Empire to make karaoke easier. And the rest, as they say, is trigonometry. Well, there we have it. I don't think you're going to get a more comprehensive answer than that, Mr. Suspicious Coffee Mornings. Professor Dubious, lovely to see you, and thank you very much. Oh, pleasure. Farewell, my friend. Farewell. Marvellous man. Right, our next question is from Alex. Hello again, Alex. Alex writes, "Dear Uncle Ben, I rang the number you gave and got through to Michael Moore. Not that one, the one from Felixstowe. He was also from the future, and when I told him that I had a dire warning for humanity, he said not to worry and it would all be fine. Then he sobbed for a bit, so I guess that's all right. P.S. How do you bleed a radiator, and when should the bleeding stop? Asking for a friend." Well, he's always sobbing his Felixstowe Moore. You'll often find him on the floor, weeping for our future plight, then running screaming into night. What does he know that we do not? What timeless terror twists our plot? He hears the tolls of long-dead bells, but can he save us from ourselves? Ring him back and ask him, would you? Thanks very much. As for a bleeding radiator, tell your friend to get a radiator leech. You can get one at your nearest medieval time distortion, and then that'll do all the work for you. Oh, and make sure he gives the radiator a biscuit or a lolly or something afterwards. Hope that helps. Matt writes in again. Hello again, Matt. "Dear Uncle Carphone," I have lost my car. I put it in the 4th drawer from next Wednesday, but it seems to have fucked off. What, if anything, should I do? Well, this depends, of course, on what kind of car it is. If it's a Ford, then you'll find it in a shallow bit of river. But if it's a Ford Fiesta, then you'll find it dressed in drag, dancing down a street somewhere. If it's a Jaguar, you'll find it in the jungle, whereas if it's a smart car, you'll find it at a Mensa meeting. If it's a Rolls, you'll find it in the bread bin, of course. If it's a Porsche, you'll find it between the hallway and the front door. If it's a Golf, you'll find a load of businessmen sucking up to their bosses on it, whereas if it's a Polo, you'll just find people sucking on it. If it's a Mini, you'll need a magnifying glass to find it. If it's a Proton, you'll need an electron microscope to find it. And of course, if it's a Volvo, you'll find it down the front of some lady's underwear, as is my understanding of it. So good luck with that, I hope you find it. Do please let us know. Well, that's all from us here at Ask Uncle Ben. Now the next episode is going to be a Halloween special. Etc. So, do please get your spooky Halloween-themed questions coming our way. You're looking forward to Halloween, aren't you, Whistler?
Halloween.
Oh Lord, I've set him off. What have I done? Until next time, everybody. Bye. No, get away from me, Whistler. Get off me without me. I'm not a pumpkin. You're not carving me. Get away from me. Help!
The candle in your head.